A private island in the Caribbean, powerful politicians, billionaire businessmen, royalty, and a secret that would shake the world. This is the rise and scoot of Jeffrey Epstein. Jeffrey Epstein wasn't born into power. He didn't inherit a fortune. He didn't come from political royalty. Born in Brooklyn in 1953, Epstein started as a math teacher. No elite degrees, no Wall Street pedigree. And yet, somehow, he found his way into the highest circles of global power. By the 1980s, Epstein had reinvented himself as a financial consultant to the ultra-wealthy. He claimed to manage money for billionaires. He lived in Manhattan's largest private mansion. He owned multiple estates, private jets, and eventually, a secluded island in the U.S. Virgin Islands, Little St. James. But behind the luxury, something darker was happening. In the early 2000s, whispers began. Teenage girls, unusual massages, recruitment payments. In 2005, a Florida family reported that their 14-year-old daughter had been abused. What investigators uncovered wasn't an isolated incident. It was a pattern. Young girls, many from vulnerable backgrounds, were allegedly recruited, paid, and then pressured into sexual exploitation. By 2007, prosecutors had enough evidence to pursue serious federal charges. But something extraordinary happened. Epstein negotiated what became one of the most controversial plea deals in modern legal history. Instead of facing federal prosecution for sex trafficking, he pleaded guilty in state court to lesser charges. He served just 13 months, not in prison, in a county jail, with work release privileges, 6 days a week, for up to 12 hours a day. The deal granted immunity to potential co-conspirators, and it was kept hidden from the victims. Critics would later call it a miscarriage of justice. For years after, Epstein returned to his life of wealth and influence. He continued socializing with high-profile figures, hosting gatherings, attending elite events. Many would later claim they had no knowledge of his crimes. Others distanced themselves quietly, but the story wasn't over. In 2018, investigative journalism reignited the case. Public pressure grew, questions resurfaced. How had he avoided real consequences? Who had protected him? Who else was involved? In July 2019, Jeffrey Epstein was arrested again, this time on federal charges of sex trafficking minors. The indictment painted a chilling picture. Dozens of victims, years of abuse, a system allegedly designed to silence and intimidate. For the first time, it appeared he might finally face serious prison time. Then came the twist no one expected. On August 10, 2019, Epstein was found dead in his jail cell at the Metropolitan Correctional Center in New York. The official ruling, suicide by hanging. But the circumstances raised immediate questions. Security cameras malfunctioned, guards reportedly fell asleep. He had previously been placed on suicide watch and then removed. Conspiracy theories exploded across the globe. Was it negligence or something more? To this day, his death remains one of the most debated custodial deaths in modern American history. But beyond the mystery of how he died, lies a deeper question. How did he operate for so long? How did a man with no formal financial credentials gain access to presidents, royalty, scientists, and billionaires? How did allegations persist for years without stopping him? The Epstein case forced a global reckoning. It exposed cracks in the justice system, highlighted the power of wealth and influence, and amplified the voices of survivors demanding accountability. Many investigations into associates continued after his death. Some civil lawsuits resulted in major financial settlements. Names were scrutinized, reputations were tested. Yet for many victims, closure remains incomplete. Because the central figure, the man who orchestrated it all, never stood trial. The story of Jeffrey Epstein is not just about one individual. It's about power. It's about systems. It's about how influence can distort justice. And it's about the importance of investigative journalism, survivor testimony, and public scrutiny. In the end, the island, the jets, the mansions, they became symbols. Symbols of unchecked privilege, and a reminder that accountability, no matter how delayed, matters. The rise was quiet. The empire was hidden. The fall was explosive. But the questions remain.